All right, let's talk about a corporate gamble that is just wild. Imagine a company going to its absolute best employees, the ones making them the most money, and saying, hey, we've decided to take a huge pay cut from ourselves. I know, it sounds like a recipe for disaster, right? But what if it's actually the smartest play in the whole industry?
I mean, seriously, why would a company just voluntarily slash its revenue by over 65% on its top performers? It just breaks every rule in the business playbook, especially in an industry that's all about maximizing every single dollar. It seems totally illogical, right? But here's the thing. This wasn't some mistake. It's a very calculated, high-stakes bet designed to completely shake up the market. So, the company making this crazy move is UMortgage. And they are betting the farm on this really radical idea. They're convinced that if they totally blow up the traditional way loan officers get paid, they can become a magnet for the best of the best. And we're not talking about a little tweak. No, this is a complete reinvention of their entire business model. Okay, so what does this radical new model actually look like? How does this flat fee system really work? Let's break it down because the details are where this whole thing gets fascinating and, frankly, super risky. It all kicks off with this number, 275 basis points. Now, if you're not in finance, basis points might sound a little jargony. It's just 1/100%. So 275 basis points means 2.75%. Under this new system, the loan officer, the LO, gets to keep that full 2.75% on every single loan they bring in. And that's a really competitive rate. It's designed to let them earn as much as possible. But here's the twist. For every loan they close, the LO pays a simple, flat $995 fee back to UMortgage. That's it. No complicated commission splits, no confusing math, just one flat fee. And this right here, this is where the model goes from just being kind of interesting to being absolutely revolutionary. Okay, so think of it like this. For your first loan of the year, you pay the $995 fee. Same for the second, the third, all the way up to loan number 49. You pay that fee one last time on loan number 50, and then, poof, it's gone. For every single loan you close for the rest of the year, loan 51, loan 100, whatever, you pay zero fees to the company. Can you imagine? The incentive for a top producer is suddenly, it's just massive. So what this really means is that UMortgage put a hard ceiling on how much money it can make from any single employee. Once a loan officer pays that fee 50 times, which adds up to just under 50 grand, the company just stops taking a cut. That's it. From that point on, the LO keeps pretty much all the revenue they bring in. I mean, that is a completely unheard of deal in this industry. So, to really get a sense of how absolutely staggering this change is, let's look at the numbers. Let's put the old model right next to the new one, because when you see it, the financial hit the company is taking is, well, it's pretty shocking. All right, let's take a hypothetical top producer. Let's say she closes 100 loans a year, and the average loan is about $500,000. Under the old system, the company would take a 50 basis point margin. That's 0.5%. That would net them $250,000 from that one person, $250,000. Now, under the new model, with that hard cap, the company makes just $49,750. That is a $200,000 pay cut that the company is giving itself on just one employee. It's insane. And when you see it on a chart like this, wow, the difference is just, it's staggering. I mean, look at that. That's the gamble right there in black and white. They are literally walking away from a huge slice of the pie. So it all comes back to that one big question. Why? Why in the world would they do this? And that brings us to the strategy behind the madness. Because a move this huge, it's obviously not about making more money today. No, this is a calculated, high-stakes bet on the long game. It's all about one thing, winning the war for talent. And here's where you see just how ambitious they're being. Right now, UMortgage has about 213 loan officers. Their goal? To have over 1,000. That's not just growth, that is a plan to more than quadruple their sales force in a super short amount of time. And this crazy new pay model, that's the magnet they're hoping will pull it off. But here's the key. They're not just looking for anybody. They are hunting for sharks, the absolute top-tier producers, the ones who are consistently closing 50, 75, even over 100 loans a year. The whole strategy is to give up a ton of money on each individual superstar in the hopes that they can attract an army of them.
Okay, so you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. This sounds unbelievably expensive. How can you possibly bring on that many new people without your costs just going through the roof? Well, this is where UMortgage pulls out what they believe is their ace up their sleeve, their secret weapon that makes this whole thing work.
And you can just feel the confidence in this quote from the CEO, Anthony Casa. He's basically saying, look, we wouldn't do this if we weren't 100% sure it was the right move. This isn't just a blind gamble. They are absolutely certain they have the infrastructure to handle this kind of insane growth. And that confidence, it all comes down to their tech.
And this is it. This is the engine that's supposed to power the whole operation, the Tempo platform. It's their own custom-built in-house technology, and it's designed to streamline literally everything a loan officer has to do, from managing clients to just knocking out daily tasks. The success of this entire strategy really hinges on one thing: this platform's ability to make their people faster, better, and way more efficient. And they say it's not just a hunch. They've got the data to prove it. They're seeing that, on average, LOs who are using the Tempo platform are getting a 28% bump in their business year over year. So the tech isn't just some helpful tool, it's a genuine performance multiplier. And this quote from the CEO really spells out the secret sauce, economically speaking. He's saying that because their technology automates so much of the heavy lifting, all the onboarding and support processes, there's almost no real cost to bring a new person onto the team. They believe they've cracked the code on how to scale massively without the massive costs that would normally kill a plan like this.
So let's play this out. If this strategy actually works, what happens next? Because a move this aggressive isn't just about UMortgage's own growth. No, it's designed to be a shockwave. It's meant to send ripples through the entire industry.
So let's boil this all down. What are the key takeaways here? Well, first, this is a direct attack on the old school commission split model. It's just throwing it out the window. Second, it is a pure volume play. It's a bet that getting hundreds of top producers in the door will make up for earning way less on each of them. Third, it's perfectly designed to take advantage of the growing wholesale channel. And finally, and this might be the biggest one, it forces every single one of their competitors to look in the mirror and ask a really tough question. How on earth do we compete with that? And that really leaves us with the $1 million, or in this case, the $200,000 question. Is this a brilliant, game-changing move that's about to become the new standard for the whole mortgage industry? Or is it a massive, high-stakes gamble that's going to blow up in their face? Only time is going to tell. But one thing is for sure, everybody is watching to see what happens next.